Okay, we're going to go intuitively over my YouTube idea sheet. Yes, what we need to be is who we externalized what we wanted to be. So our parents wanted us to be a certain way, and then we internalized it as us ourselves wanting to be the exact same way. So if our parents said be so and so, we internalized it as I want to be so and so. What was expected of me, how I must not be. The child internalizes the parental expectations from how you should be, how I want to be, to how you must not be, how I don't want to be. And the same in the inverse. How the child was not, how the parents didn't want the child to be was then internalized by the child of how I wanted to be, how I didn't want to be. YouTube idea sheet. We don't respect ourselves if we are not ourselves. What does it take to be yourself? Courage to be yourself, realizing that not being yourself does not serve anybody. So it is normal to be nervous even if you are not in service when you are trying to be yourself. All right, let's keep going. My body is my resource. Every organ, every kidney, all of they have different functions. Have you ever thought of yourself that even if you are not a leader, a team leader and a business owner, you still are a team leader in the way that you have a whole team of organs inside of your body, inside of you that are working congruently and in parallel together. Your liver, your kidney, your lungs, your organs, all of them work together to make the outcome happen that your body functions as intended. And the reflection, the organs, is always a reflection of the mind. Organs are resources and they need to be employed like employees. In that way, everybody else of us already had to be set up to be a leader, not to be healthy. You want to be special? Treat yourself like you are special and behave the way that you do if you really were special. You have to be it and then you will become it. It's through the habitual actions that match the what if, or rather yeah, exactly. Be it and then you will become it. All right. And even if I feel like fucking hitting my own face because I don't perform in the level that I should be doing, I just keep going and smile and relax and relax and relax and put the aggression to the boxing sack, not towards my own fucking face. When you are working part-time, entering another identity and behave and live like the person would, that you would all day and would need to accomplish each day and start living like that, exactly. With incantations, oftentimes you think, what if that becomes true, right? Oftentimes we speak something into existence, we speak something into reality, and then we ask ourselves, well, what if that actually became true? What if that actually happened in exactly that way? What would then happen? How would I then feel? What would that mean to me, right? If we actually get that and live in this way. Fucking greasy, fucking suit looks all greasy. Can you see this one? Man, fucking hell. Yeah, all of these are systems to be maintained, and I guess I should put a fucking towel on my desk here, right? When I use this suit, right? Yeah, I guess I put a blue towel here on my desk to prevent the only white suit that I got from being fucking greasy. And from preventing me looking like a fucking cunt when I'm on the calls with my clients, alright? It's all good. It's all good. I don't need to swear. It's all easy. Relaxation, man. You're good enough. It's fine. Relax, alright? Ah, the mannerisms. Man not behaving like a street punk, but like the coach that I am. Well, you know what patterns are. Even in layman psychology, we talk like that. A behavior pattern, a thought pattern, like patterns on the wall, they repeat. And when they repeat, they are repercussions. And when we don't want that, we need to change the pattern. When we don't want that, we need to change the pattern. Exactly. It's like a pattern on the wall. It repeats. Entry-level content, the core four of personal development, the core four to live the life of your dreams. You know what? I actually should be doing what I actually should be doing, and at least call the guy. I'm calling him right now. Alright, and further we go. Now we've called the lead, he didn't pick up, but we left a voicemail like we are supposed to, and we are connecting with our people, with the people that I am in connection with. It is so easy and so leicht. It is so fun and easy. Alright, here, I am serving my clients and it's all good. When you grow out of good nourishment, you produce good fruit. We see life like we are. Energies attract alike. So have you ever wondered why you tend to get around other people who are the same like you? Or here's another example. If you have low self-esteem and you suffer from not feeling like you're worthy, not feeling like you deserve good things in your life, you will feel drawn to other places where there's a urine stench, you know what I mean? If you feel very bad about yourself, you're drawn to these places. What makes people sleep behind the dumpster? What makes people, even who are not homeless, what makes people get around other places where it's just like dirty and chaotic and all over the place? Because this is how they experience their own life. This is how they experience their own mind. And here's also what's interesting to decode that. Why is it that we manifest these circumstances? You know, when I grew up, and I love my parents dearly for sure, and I honor them, but also truth be told, we all gotta own up to our mistakes that we've made, right? And so when I grew up, it was very chaotic and very messy in our house. There was like stuff laying everywhere, from like used clothes that we didn't even need anymore. They were just laying in the corner of the living room, on the corner of the hallways, like wherever there was the corner, there was like a little chair there, and it was just full with like old clothes and like stuff hanging there. I'm like, yeah, and that made me quite insecure when I was young to actually bring over a girlfriend. That's part of it why I never had one, because I'm like, well, it's not that nice at our place, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, made me feel, yeah, just buttressed the sense of low self-esteem that I have and that I felt back then. But point being, why is it that we do that? Because our own minds are so chaotic, our own minds are so all over the place, that we manifest on the outside exactly how it looks on the inside of us. And so when you're that chaotic, you usually go after things that are cheap pleasures or that are there to fulfill your immediate needs. And you do not take care of the things that are hard and that are not pleasurable, like cleaning up your place. And when you don't have the standard, or when you tend to avoid things inside of yourself that you don't look at, you also avoid things on the outside, because you avoid things on the inside that you don't want to look at, and then you go after things and experiences and people and places that help you give that immediate nourishment to you. Right? They give you this immediate sense of fulfillment and satisfaction with all of that. So we see life like we are. Energies attract alike. Like we also don't see life the way it is. We see life how we are. It's a projection of ourselves. We experience life in the same way as we experience life, not as life is. So we look at life, and when we see something in somebody that triggers the same things that would be triggered otherwise, right? Old content notes. Change doesn't happen through wanting to become something you are not, but it happens through accepting what is right now. That's the paradox of change. You rarely change by being negative towards that which is right now. You rarely change by unacceptance of what currently is. Now, if there is a certain desire to change, a certain dissatisfaction with what is currently there, this might be necessary for the change of place here. Exactly. So change doesn't happen through wanting to become something that you're not, but it happens through accepting what is right now. And when you're changing from a place of, I do not want to be that is okay. And yet, you need to accept that. You say, no, I want something more, but I also want this right now. I am okay the way that I am, and I'm making peace with exactly how it is currently and how it is right now. So change doesn't happen through wanting to become something that you're not, but it happens through accepting what is right now. This is inspired by Mr. Arnold M. Beiser, Flying Without Wings, and I'm flying with wings or without, with barbecue sauce or without, onto the wings. What am I talking about? Feelings are a complex and holistic answer on the input of the world. They take many more variables into account as mental processing. So the feelings that we have about ourselves give a complex answer towards to which degree we are ourselves. Our hopes, dreams, expectations, memories, needs, fears all play into the generation of a feeling. When a feeling is coming up, they all play into that. Right? So in that sense, we're gonna put the T in, I guess. Alright, here let's go forward with the content. I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing. Yes, change. Feelings are a complex and holistic answer to the input of the world. So what we receive through life, basically our head processes it manually and linearly, and then our intuition gives us a feeling response towards the complex answer, and our intuition takes into consideration much more factors than our linear mind does, and it gives out a feeling response of what is right in this situation, what is right and what is correct in these situations. So healing means resolving that which prevents the natural flow of energy in our system. Most physical symptoms are due to either a lack of expression or an expression of something that is not you. Okay, so we gotta... Okay, here we go forward. Immer weiter vorwärts hier. Healing means resolving that which prevents the natural flow of energy in our system. So let's take a look at that, shall we? We have certain energies in our system that help us move through life. So there's physical energy, there's mental energy, there's emotional energy, there's sexual energy, there's creative energy, and so on and so forth. Maybe you have realized that in the past where you had a time, or maybe you haven't realized it, but this is what most people experience. When they're idle for a long time and they don't do anything, or they hold themselves back, or they go on a long holiday and a long cruise and they're like bored out of their minds because they're not doing very much. At some point they get a creative impulse, meaning they start drawing, they start writing something in their journal, they just start doing something. I realized that when I was 18, more than a decade ago, I realized that when I was very young and I was young and I just finished school, I was not doing anything at all. I was just sitting at home watching some kind of TV series. And at some point I got so bored by not doing anything and by not moving that I just started to help my father clean up his garage, right, in order to be useful with all kinds of things. Right, physical symptoms are due to either a lack of expression or an expression of something that is not you, right? Either we are expressing something that is not us, or it is a lack of expression altogether. So the goal of healing work is that the natural flow of energy, focus, and work is aligned with our natural tendencies. ja, hey, ja, hum, ja, hey, ja, hum, ja, ho, ja, 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 huim, ja, hum. Hey, ja, hum, ja, 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 hey, ja, im. Hey, ja, ja, hey, ja, ihm. Willkommen hier in dieser Community, ja, es ist so leicht, so fun and easy, ja, meine Stimme hier zu halten. Einen schönen guten Abend an all die Leute mit der Intuitionsfähigkeit, sprechen zu lernen, ja, zu reden und zu schaffen, Häusle bauen, weiter nach vorn wie in dem Abend heute Morgen, ja, ja, ey. Meine Stimme zu verfeinern, an meinen Skills hier zu feilen, so zu feilen, nicht zu feigen, Saft, ja, hey. Ja, hey, ja, 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 hey, ja, ja, hey, ja, hey. Hey, ja, 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 hey, ja. Hey, ja, 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 hey. Und so geht es hier voran, mit der Intuition zu singen und zu spielen mit den Gedanken, ja, hey. Auch hier ernst zu sein, ja, das Business reinzubringen, ja, meinem eigenen Mietvertrag zur Schulde dir zusammen zu belehren, ja, hey. Mich hier zu belehren, ja, es ist so leicht, so fun and easy, hier zu leben, lenken, leiten, mich zu lassen von der Erfahrung dieser Welt, ja, ja. Ja, ja, von der Erfahrung dieser Welt mich leiten zu lassen, ja, es ist so leicht, so fun and easy, ja, hey, ja, 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 wie mir die Zwirbeldrüse rausgesprüht, ja, wie die Gedanken, ja, hey. Es ist so leicht, so fun and easy zu gesehen werden und zu danken, ja, ein Danken hier zu machen, Ernte, Dankenfest, was ist hier los, ja, 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 ja. Hey, ja, 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 mit meiner Stimme geht's voran, geht es voran, einfach mal auszudrücken, ja, hey, ja, mich auszudrücken, ja, ja, es zu fließen und zu lassen, ja, ich weiß ganz genau, was ich tue in diesem Leben, ja, hey. Die Verantwortung zu übernehmen für die Leads, mit denen ich folge, ja, ja, hey, ja, hey. Hey, hey, ja, ja, hey, hey, ja, hey, ja, ja, hey, hey, ja. Hey, ja, 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 hey, ja, ja, hey, ja, ja, hey. Hey, ja, 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 hey, ja, 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 ich befinde mich in diesem Fluss, ja, ja, hey, ja, hey, ja, ja, hey, ja, ja, hey, ja, ja, hey, ja, ja, hey. Hey, ja, 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 hey, ja, 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 hey, ja, 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 hey, ja, 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 hey, ja, hey, ja, 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 hey. Ja, weitermachen wir hier mit dem Content. Jetzt geht es weiter. To do that, we focus on finding the pattern, protection, prevention, or providing that brings one aspect of our lives out of balance. Core beliefs have the form, if I will be happiest if, and if I don't, then that happens. Core beliefs about happiness, myself, my relations, others, and the world. Yeah, all of us, we have core beliefs. We believe certain things about who we are, and what we deserve, and other people and the world. We have beliefs that shape our perception. Because when sensation is being evaluated, it becomes perception and it goes inside of us. And we take it in and we evaluate the world around us. The sensations that come to us, that come across our desks, that come across our retina, which is the skin in the eye, and we perceive that. Core beliefs about happiness, myself, my relation with others, and the world. And so I'm utilizing my time and I'm making videos that are interesting for people, specifically about decoding human behavior. And so what are some behaviors that we can decode? If somebody is jealous, for example, or somebody is... That should tell me something, that I'm always coming up with that the first with jealousy. Maybe I'm very jealous myself, but I've never allowed myself to experience that because I've never really fully committed to a woman. Well, because I also have never really committed to my own life up until now, where I'm really saying I'll do it or die. Either I will make this successful and I will be able to pay my rent, or I will be sleeping in the fucking park, I guess, right? And so that wouldn't be good for the suits, because they will get all fucking dirty then, I guess, if I just live... Yeah, alright, so welcome. Okay, focus on where I want to go, how to find yourself, what it means, and how to practically do that, how to practically find yourself. The problem is stagnation, afraid to change. They are afraid of the uncertainty of the world and getting the courage to change. What are the problems that people struggle with before they know that they are unclear about their lives? Like an example Q&A session. Do your kids listen? Do they have problems playing with other kids? Are they all crazy in a new environment out of the house? So this is something that we also see, that children who have behaviors that we don't want to see, that are not very conducive to the child doing well, that is because the child is actually not doing very well. And oftentimes that is then a reflection of what the parents actually messed up inside of the child in the upbringing, right? Their parents are nagging them, they isolate themselves and they are lonely, they are frustrated and feel like they are not making progress. Old Facebook Live takeaways, internal reference, external reference, loss of love, the first trauma. Fighting shadows, the symptoms of that. So oftentimes we fight shadows. What does it mean? When we address certain things in other people outside of us, and we don't know why that happens or what's happening at all, then we start to fight shadows like windmills. You know what I mean? Journal notes. As you level up, there's, especially in the beginning when you're rising out of a slump, you will have to put up with a lot of people's stuff. Not put up in the way of accepting it, but putting up with that you will invariably be exposed to that. There are outside factors that influence any endeavor, any project. Road conditions, for example, is such resources that we have to take into consideration. Weather conditions, seasons, conditions, and then threat. They need to be minimized. Risk of physical harm that need to be minimized, so that they need to be found in balance between working in a timely manner and efficiently and protecting our body. Every pain must be taken seriously, and then there are measurements to prevent accidents. Vakoji, visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, gustatory, and intuition. Some people are distracted by pains in their body. A decision not made also costs energy. When people, for example, push away pains, not pains, that they have, they are part of the energy of not making the decision and finding a solution is made, which costs mental energy. It also costs time. When you notice that when you discuss it with yourself in the head, when you're worrying about what is at all time next lost, it is spatial, like the zones. Yeah, so a decision not make also costs energy. So you can think of that as energy that is being lost. Every decision costs energy for us to make and to follow through. And it also costs energy equally to not make the decision. It's like it costs you energy to put up with needing to do something that you actually otherwise would not want to be doing. And it's spatial, like the zones of life. When you only concern yourself with yourself, your life is very small. You have very little cost of spare. The spirit with thoughts goes very small. If your thoughts continuously directed beyond yourself to other people and the surroundings and your community, what you have is an increase, because you increase flow of different people. Fulfillment is what we all are seeking, and it comes down to living the way that you want to be living, doing what you should be doing. But I choose some more inspiring words for that. I call it living the life of your dreams. It is like a tree diagram. Where does the energy go? The three areas, positivity, belief, friends, and actions, are adjacent to the actions, because life consists of action. If you planted good seeds every day, where you go throughout your life, which you end up at the end of your life with an abundance of trees, flowers, whatever you planted. The answer is yes, and much easier than at the end of your life planting good seeds, planting the seeds of good deeds. Right? Life is really truly like planting seeds, meaning you're being rewarded for planting these seeds.